Hello and welcome, everyone. How are you all doing today? Welcome to the first episode of the Community Cave. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. You are in for a treat tonight. This episode is called the New Player Free-to-Play Handbook. And we are going to present something to you that I think every new player should know, and I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy it. My name is JPI. I'll be your host today, and a little bit about myself. I've been playing Vault since patch 13, which is their previous largest patch. And not only that, but I have about 600 hours into the game. So I will now introduce my dashingly handsome German co-host here, Edoeasy. Edo, why don't you tell everybody how you're feeling tonight and introduce yourself?
Guys, it's me, Edoeasy. You already know, the master of the Banhammer. Just for you guys, just giving my thoughts for the new players. I'm already have close to be 2k hour in the game and already started as well on April on a big patch on 13. And I hope we can make you a big and great show for you guys. I hope you guys enjoying it.
So, Edo, how many total hours have you clocked into Vault, would you say?
Totally. It's let's say if you cut the AFK section, probably 1.5 in game.
So I wanted to note that just because we put some time into this game. We enjoy this game. We find it fun, and we care about it. We care about it, and so I just like to make it perfectly clear to everybody viewing tonight. Thank you so much for viewing, and I want us to know for you to know at least my intention, because Vault has a lot of potential, and there are just some missteps I think that they're making. They have a distinct enough pace in their gameplay to separate themselves from predecessor and Overprime, where it can be people's preference 100% because it's a fun game, and I want them to see that potential that I'm not even sure that they see themselves. And we will try to show not only the old players here, but the new players too, who are just joining the free-to-play weekend, an accurate expectation that they should have. Because I think that you won't find any more accurate expectation of what you will get when you buy into this game than this show right here, right now. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And without any further ado, why don't we introduce the Patch 14 talk with nothing else but the Patch 14 trailer.
Let's get it in.
So I think the trailer is phenomenal. I like it quite a lot. It's very energetic, upbeat. And my favorite part is when Countess gets shot right here, because it kind of goes with the theme with how Countess is in the game, in my opinion. I feel like the Vampire Queen deserves better, but she's one of my personal favorite characters. So, but you know what? That's neither here nor there. That's a topic for another time. How did you feel about the trailer?
That's look really nice. I really enjoyed the little drone just tried to smoke, and after that it got grabbed and just throw it to the enemy. It looks so phenomenal. It's just look really great.
Yeah, I agree. But Edo, I don't know if you caught this, but I kind of noticed a little something peculiar about that trailer. Did you?
Really?
Yeah. Did you guys in chat notice anything a bit peculiar? Well,
I hope.
I'll show you. So I don't really quite understand this. It's not that big of a deal, but they use the same opening as the early access trailer from July 15th. And why that strikes me as odd is because the new visually overhauled map is one of the biggest selling points of the entire patch. And it's just odd. It's just odd. why not just go into the game, record a little bit of footage of the new beautiful map? You know, it's I don't understand why they would reuse the old, but it's not important. Let's just continue, shall we? Let's just continue. So, tell me, with patch 14 comes the phase release.
Yes.
Overhauled map visuals, yeah. New items, updated UI, a beautiful login screen.
Oh, yeah.
The draft mode made more seamless, efficient, with less confusion, and really cool animations to both get into the draft and into the game. What are your overall thoughts on patch 14?
Overall thoughts, everything is fine. Everything looks great. It's functional okay. You have no problems right now. The little bit changes, you can see it if you first time into the patch in the 414, and right now everything is fine, or it is not.
Well, I mean, how I personally feel about it, I want to give credit where credit's due. Credit to the artists, because the new visuals on, especially the login screen compared to the old one, is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The UI is so much better, 100%. And I especially love the draft mode, because it was kind of like you had some games lost simply because people kind of got confused during the draft mode, and the new streamlined process just makes it so clean and simple. I love that. That's one of my favorite updates of the patch. Absolutely. With the items, some of them are like really strong at the moment. I hope that they turn them down eventually. And of course, a very nice little touch are the animations. Like popping into that portal.
Popping up really good.
Yeah, I feel like with old school Paragon, it's like enter the void. Like that got you hyped. I like that. It helps set the tone for the game. Now, unfortunately, where I think I diverge from most people is that I think that patch 14 was a step backwards mechanically. I think that it's reminiscent of when I played the closed beta, and then early access release came out, and I felt like early access release was more janky and bug ridden than the closed beta. And I feel the same way about this most patch. It's just there's a lot of things, and you know what? We have a video from the community to kind of showcase a little bit of what I'm speaking about. And for those of you new players, you're not going to know what you're seeing before your eyes, but after spending a little bit of time in the game, you'll understand what it is. And to the older players, you already know. You're going to have visual bugs. You're going to have collision detection issues, desync issues, and things like that, which are kind of plaguing the build right now. So without any further ado,
thing real quick.
Let's get it in.
Oh my gosh. That is so dumb.
How's it feel fly?
Tower destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Wait, you were bugs, but we're fucking out, boys. We're fucking out. No fucking way, dude. Yo, somebody clip this shit when it's over, but oh my god, I'm fucking zooming. No way, bro. I'm not pressing anything, dude. We're fucking zooming. I'm fucking out of here like a bandit, dude. Yo, we're gonna come over here and say hello to Cowboys. Yo, Cal, what's up?
Crone is funny, bro. The first 30 minutes of the game, like, this is what happens.
He feels 100%.
This is what happens.
The enemy has taken the Orb Prime.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that shit?
See what I mean? See how far to the left that thing went?
Pappy, dude. Every time I hear his voice, it makes me happy. Makes me happy.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh my gosh!
An enemy
Oh
has
my
been
gosh!
slain.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it totally. So this is the link actually disconnects through the gaming portal.
Fucking your honor.
An ally has been slain.
Am I gonna be a base?
About no seconds.
Here we go.
I have a line of sight though. I really want to see if it'll work. Dude! Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna.
Seriously, dude? What the fuck? It's the infinite link! What the fuck?
It's not like I jumped in blind.
You think you could have shot him? Oh my god, I just dropped him. How'd I end up mid? What the hell?
Oh, phase is still linked. If someone could get a clip of this, that'd be awesome. Like literally just clip this part here, or I'll go back and do it later.
You know?
Slain.
Check this one out.
Hold on. Oh, actually.
I can't walk upstairs. Like, what do these testers even test? Like, this right here is worse. Oh, I can't even jump it. Are you kidding me?
It's so big wave, dude. Big wave, bud. Big wave.
Yeah, see the.
Oh, I didn't even see that fucking thing hooked to him.
Right, exactly. So it's still not working. If someone could clip that, that'd be great.
Yo, clip this! Clip this! Clip this!
What the fuck was that shit?
Ally has been slain.
My mouse is
He's out here wasting oxygen. That's what he's doing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look at that ult onto the support. Look at that ult dive on the support.
Okay, so everybody, those were the bugs from the fall community. A couple funny ones, and I apologize to all the streamers. We were kind of blocking the credits there. However, when we post this, don't worry, we will include your Twitch. You will be given credit. Everybody who is involved, everybody. So just be sure about that. Everybody, don't worry, we will credit. And now, so there were quite a few bugs there. You know, what do you think was, in your opinion, was your favorite or most notable? What do you think?
Yeah, most notable. It was the Twin Blast bug. Sorry, guys. Excuse me, please. Because I even see the bug earlier if I started to play the game as well. It's not the first time. We saw it on 414 again. We don't need to talk about phase right now because it's okay. It's new. It's fine. It can be happened. Several bugs can be happened. That's 100% cool. But most likely, the bugs I was still in the 414 and it's never getting changed. It's just what we got is just a little bit more bugs, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what right now I'm seeing right now. I see more bugs. And it's nothing changed. Still the same bugs. It's not gonna fix in this last patch.
There are a few bugs that have been really persistent for sure. And I just want to address something before, because there was a couple messages in chat saying that we are degrading or demeaning Vault on the free weekend. That's not our intention. I feel that we want to just represent Fault honestly. This is a part of the experience. Bugs are part of the experience. This is early access. Telling a new player that they won't experience bugs is a straight up lie. So that's all. It doesn't, as Charub Ultima said, it doesn't mean that they can't be fun. You know, it's part of the period of testing. So as for me, my personal favorite bug was, as you said, the Twin Blast, because we were able to see that from several points of view. And so, guys, if you would like to submit any questions for Edo and I, we are going to have a Q&A after this show. All you need to do is type !Q followed by your question, and we would be more than happy to answer. And just please, everybody out there watching, this is for the new player. This is geared towards for the new player. If it can help any kind of old school players who have been here for a while, then we're very happy. But as I've stated, my intention at the start of the show was to give the new player an accurate expectation, because that's important. And the sooner that they have an accurate expectation, the better. Because when they go into the product, they'll know what they're getting into. And if they encounter a bug, they're not going to be upset because they understand that this is part of it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not going to hide what we go through every single or every other game that we go through. There's no reason to. Hiding doesn't accomplish anything. So why don't we move on? So, you know, you guys obviously saw a lot there with the bugs. I wonder what SMS feels about the current state of the game.
Just to add kind of just the grander strategy of sort of the development of faults. So I saw some comments there about roadmap, and if you were to step back and think of sort of what's a higher level strategy of, you know, fault development and release, we've obviously been working very hard on the gameplay itself, items, aspects. Well, you saw a lot of the aspects here, heroes, working on that core gameplay with all the river objectives that we've added. The gameplay, right? Wanted to nail down the gameplay, have that gameplay loop, literally the player experience be complete. Now move on to, now that that's there, now that we can actually have a game to play, now what are the sort of retention features, right? Those things that help people to get in and then stay. So obviously mastery system, that's a feature that can keep you grinding. We have account progression that has been in, but be some updates on that coming in the future too. And PvE, of course, for newer players and for testing and just trying things out. And then that is the stepping board for the future. So now that this is sort of a player retention, player onboarding sort of patch. Still, obviously, lots to do with other things. A tutorial for is just one example. There's just one step forward, kind of bigger strategy thing. So, yeah, that kind of puts this patch in context, and now we can start seeing more of these. Just to add, kind of grand.
Okay, so that was quite a bit of a message. I got a couple takeaways there. First and foremost is the higher level strategy to the development of Vault, and the second key takeaway that I got from there was the message about the core gameplay loop. But I first want to focus on the higher level development strategy of Vault, right? What does that mean? Because guys, I don't know if you noticed during that little segment, it was about 2 minutes, and we started off talking about a roadmap. And we ended talking about, well, I don't know what we ended up talking about, to be honest. But I didn't get any answers about a roadmap. And I think I'm starting to put together the pieces, what this higher level strategy to the development of Vault is. Now, when you consider that Vault has been late on nearly every single thing that they've ever promised, patch 14 is no exception. The EU players received it December 11 instead of December 10. you can't release something late if you don't have no roadmap or date. Am I right? I think, okay, we solved the mystery there. We got it. Okay, moving on. We don't need to dwell on it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I understand it.
Yeah.
Right? You know, for me personally, I think that if you fail to make a date, the answer is not to just kind of sweep it under the rug. I just think that you continue to try to actually make a date. You know, I want to just kind of mention the Indiegogo backers here, because they gave their money with the promise of a free-to-play release date, which was January 2021 of this year. Here we are almost 12 months later without any free-to-play date at all. And to the Indiegogo backers, you deserve better, and you deserve a free-to-play date. So, Edo, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
I saw, I was in it. I was the same part. I heard a call with the roadmap. If I heard it out, the Sylphans just said, we already finished the gameplay segment, and that's most likely, probably, it's the biggest part. It's coming right now. The other things, you explained it pretty well. I already need to don't say it right now. And the only thing I want to say is just the one only thing is just right now, it's hurt. For me, for my feelings, it's feel unpolished right now.
So let me ask you, do you feel that the core gameplay loop is complete?
Nope.
Okay. Guys, you make your own, everybody out there in chat, you make your own opinion on this. We showed you the bug video. You decide. It's up to you. New players and old players, you decide whether or not the core gameplay loop is complete. And the next thing that I want to segue into is something that I felt a little bit offended by, personally. And, why don't we just jump right in?
But for the first one, let's see who the winner is. People are still going. I'll give you guys another minute or so.
Fight a scrap is a good question about a rank system. That is basically entirely determined on player base. So as soon as player base can support another PvP queue, then absolutely, the sooner the better. But player base requires a whole bunch of other systems, right? Systems, and so that's, you got to do the steps necessary to get there.
And we're finally starting. Like, again, this is a use, but for the
So I just want to ask all the players out there, all the ones that have 100 hours, the ones that have thousands of hours, do you have a replay system where you can objectively measure your performance in the game, where you can actually see what happens without any kind of uncertainty in your matches? No. Do you have any kind of spectator mode where you can cast games for your fellow players, your fellow community members, or for people on YouTube and host yourself some tournaments? No. I don't understand how it's the responsibility is completely on the community's shoulders. To the community, do with that what you will. Just keep that in mind in the future. I sincerely hope that they give us the tools where we can actually help them drive this game forward and drive the community forward and host our own events and things like that. I hope that they do that eventually. Edo, what are you thinking about all this? What you mentioned, the game was unpolished. You seem to have some kind of strong feelings about it. What is that? You're a pretty competitive player. You're one of the best players in the game. What do you feel about that? What do you feel about that? Tell me.
Let me don't say I'm not one of the best players. I am playing really, really, really much. You guys already seen I play many games, many hours, many frustration times, getting into games, getting stomped, or you are stomping. It's the whole of the feelings if you start the game, go into the group, nobody some of the guys, or let's say some of the guys have no clue what is happening because they have not the option to play on the same level. They already get most of the time annoyed by some other people just trying to have fun in the game, grouping up and destroying some other people's gameplay. And then, end of the day, it's just saying, okay, guys, like Siphon is just saying to us, we need some player bases. So right now, it's not helping anything right now. We have not closed the area matchmaking system. The level 5 issue probably is not helping as well. They're getting, after they hit it in level 5, the new players, the biggest problem is going to be they probably play with me or versus me and have a really bad time to play versus me and have a really cool time saying, oh, wow, cool. What the hell you're doing in this game? And it's going to be part of the double-edged sword. You have some, half of the guys are happy and the other guys are really upset about the game, can saying, oh, that's not fair, or that's not cool. Why not doing about that? Why I'm matching versus this guy? Why not this guy? And this is the whole big problem. And nobody can improve in this situation. They cannot say, okay, cool, let's sit down. What I did wrong, I have no idea what I did wrong, because you cannot watch replay, you cannot spec closely someone, and then you're just stuck. You're just stuck and frustrated and want to say, okay, cool, I'm gonna shut down and come back maybe tomorrow or maybe never. You will already never know it.
And you know,
say.
A lot of people in chat make a good point, and I agree. Listen, the AI mode is one of the best additions to the game. And by the way, patch 14, if I had to choose one single thing in the entire patch to have, it would be the AI mode. You want to know why? Because now we have an environment for new players to play the game at their leisure without getting bullied and torn down needlessly. If I had to choose one thing, it is easily the AI mode. And kudos to Strange Matter Studios for incorporating that, because that was a huge step in the right direction. And I don't want everybody out there in chat to think that it's all doom and gloom. No, we are having an honest discussion here. We want this game to be the best that it can be. Otherwise, why would we have spent hundreds of hours playing the game? We have fun in the game. The game is fun. To all the new players out there, you're going to have fun. It's a fun game.
It's fine. Sometimes it's buggy or FPS drops. It's totally fine. It's going to be happened always. But if so less player enjoying the game, it's not enjoyable for us as well, guys.
And
we cannot enjoy the game as well together. We want to enjoy all together, have fun, improve, and then have a great time. But still, right now, it's a hole right now, and it needs to be filled with something.
And Rionin, you bring up a really good point. I have something to say about that at the end of the show. And I would just like to remind you guys once more, if you would like to ask us any questions, we are going to have a Q&A after the show. Type !Q followed by your question. Just submit them in now, and then once we move on to that segment of the show, onto Edoeasy's stream, we will answer everything freely. So just please, don't be shy with your questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Now, with the game being in a state that it is, which is unpolished, honestly, we have to bring up something that nobody likes to talk about here, but it is necessary. So let's just get this over with as quick as possible. Now, here we have the reduced prices of the game. There it is. I'm happy they reduced the prices. It's a good move in the right direction, but there are a few things that I want to make known. The Founders Pack, which is $25, gives you 14 heroes, and the Masters Pack, which is $50, gives you all the heroes but Phase, according to their Steam. $50. For those of you who wonder why I'm bringing this up, there are people who only purchased the Founders Pack and only purchased the Masters Pack and not the base game. That do not have access to the game until now, this first free-to-play weekend. I don't understand why that is. I mean, I think you should encourage and give back to your supporters, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to give you a little bit of context as to why this is so ludicrous and absurd. I purchased the Smite Gods pack for $30 back when they had 60 heroes. It also gave me access to every single hero that will ever come out again. Right now, I have access to 117 heroes. Spending $50, not even having access to the game, and if we double that price, I don't even get all the heroes. This is ludicrous. This is absurd. This is so overpriced. And you know, I understand everybody's issues out there in chat, right? Oh, well, they're an indie studio. I understand that. I don't want to demonize them for being an indie studio. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's be real here. If you charge AAA prices, why wouldn't I compare you to other AAA products? So let's check it out, shall we?
Let's check it out.
No, friendly.
Who are you? Who sent you?
Nobody. There was an accident down the road and... What's going on?
Oh no. They're coming.
Who is?
Are you a calm and reasonable person? In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
And the thing is this, if we take other denominations of the game, right? We're talking about not a Master's pack in the game, but maybe a Founders pack in the game. For $5 more, you could get the Game of the Year of 2021, Take Two. For $35, you could get Far Cry 6. You could get GTFO for $35. And there could be endless comparisons made. But you want to know what's the most important comparison to be made? If we drill down further into the specific genre of MOBAs, what are the price of all of Vault's competitors? 0. It's free. Dota, League, Smite. Listen, I understand it's early access, but you had the paywall up since July 2020. We're almost in 2 years with the paywall. Almost 2 years. I know for a fact Paragon didn't have a paywall for 2 years. So that excuse, it's not applicable. And I don't understand the rationalization, but you make your own mind about it. You
guys, end of the day, choosing what you guys want to waste your money.
If
your total choice. If you want, just drop the $5 and sub on JPie's channel right now.
Now, it is what it is. We hope that you can see where we're coming from, because now we will approach our closing remarks. And Edo, if you don't mind, could I go first here? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
Okay. Because Edo said something pretty pertinent here that will not be readily apparent to most players. This game, it has a very small player base, and you will only be able to play during the peak times. That is in the late afternoons and evenings of EU, and basically in the evenings of NA. At any time outside those times, you can only play against the AI. That's something that should be worth noted to every single new player, because it's part of the reality. And now, I don't think that the $10 is necessarily a waste of money. I take issue with the fact that there's been a paywall up for so long when they initially promised free-to-play, and now there's no free-to-play date in sight. As far as we know in the community, the paywall will stay up until, I don't know. And what you new players have to understand when you buy into this game, if you feel passionate about this game and you want to try it out, by all means, it's fun. It's a fun game. I enjoy myself a lot. However, the internal testing doesn't have very high standards, and you saw the videos that we played before. When you buy into this game, you will help to bridge the gap that the internal testing lacks. Whether you are submitting bug reports on Discord, whether your game crashes and it automatically sends an Epic game report to Epic Games and them, you will help bridge the gap where internal testing falls short. And I think that it's fun. This game is worth it. But as I've stated back in June, this game I can only recommend under one condition: free to play. Not a weekend, free to play. Edo, why don't you tell everybody your closing remarks?
My closing remarks, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, guys. And let a Twitch Prime sub for me in. Don't worry, guys. It's totally fine. And I'm gonna say, everything is true. We need to make the game free to play, just open for all our guys. We have more testers set in the situational. They can test the game, report more, and the guys can work with that. And then, end of the day, what we really need, it's just content, guys.